My name is Parisa Wright. I started Greener and Cleaner in March 2019. We set up as a community interest company, not for profit, and then last year in 2021 we converted to a charity. We share stories and we share tips online and on the website about all of our own experiences and what we've learned about what we can do to reduce our environmental impact at home, how we can improve biodiversity in our gardens and our communities, how we can engage with our residents associations, our PTAs, our faith groups, our councils, our MPs, without being overwhelmed, without getting angry, without getting scared, in a really friendly, collaborative setting. A lot of it is about communication and explaining to people in simple ways the small things they can do to make a big difference. And that's what the hub is good for, because we were on Facebook, we went from 20 people to almost 7,000 people, and now we're at a point where we want to make sure that it's not just people on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on the website, it's everyone. And there are certain groups and demographics who don't go on social media. And I think by being here in the Glades in a mainstream shopping centre where we're next to fast food outlets and big toy shops and big fashion shops and big bookshops, a lot of people who wouldn't necessarily engage with the conversation might see us and ask a question and then realise actually this is for everyone and we can all do something small and it will make a big difference.
I'm Bex. I'm one of the co-founders of a social enterprise called Library of Things, and we help people to save money, reduce waste by affordably renting out useful things like drills, sound systems and sewing machines from local spaces like this one. So we were really inspired by Greener and Cleaner Bromley's movement. They started here in South East London, so we've partnered with the Greener and Cleaner hub and movement to start Bromley Library of Things here in this shopping centre. For me, this is part of the future of high streets that have everywhere maker spaces, repurposing hubs, libraries of things. It's ways for people to come together and meet their needs, to eat, to mend, to repair, to grow, to share, to belong. I think it will take off and spill out onto our high streets and neighbourhoods everywhere. This all starts with conversations, down the pub, even online, in a Facebook group, asking a question, who else is interested in sharing in climate action or in just practical ideas that bring people together. It can really rally a group of people around you, and a year later, who knows, you might be taking on a shop and turning it into a sharing hub.
I'm really excited about our planned behavioural science research project with Dr. Richard Carmichael at Imperial. Inclusivity and accessibility is extremely important, and researching what works and what doesn't work and learning from that is going to help us understand what language and what activities around sustainability and sustainable education and sustainable living work and what don't work when reaching out to different groups and different demographics in our community. And so to get the funding to make that work is an absolute dream, and we're hoping that will happen in the next few months. And that research will allow us to do three things. It'll allow us to evolve this hub to make it as effective for our community as possible. It'll give us the data that we need to create the best blueprint so that other community groups and other charities can set up their own hubs across the UK in shopping centres. And it will give us the data that we need to be able to report and share that data between us and Imperial with the likes of the government departments that we're dealing with the council, and with all the amazing charities and volunteer groups who are working in the area of the environment.
So it was great to have the Mayor here, because I think for a lot of people it sort of brings a certain gravitas and kudos to the project. So a lot of people who may not understand the project itself understand the implications of having the Mayor somewhere to open it, and that confirms how much of a community resource it is. And it was really important for me that our CSO, Claire Searle, who was the project lead really driving this forward for a lot of the time, was there alongside him and his wife cutting the ribbon, because it's great to have the Mayor there as an acknowledgement of all we've done, all these volunteers have done, and what a great resource this is for Bromley as a borough. But I think it's really important that he was there alongside the project lead, who has gone above and beyond and sacrificed so much of her time and energy. It's been a collaboration of a lot of amazing local people, and it was really great to have all these different donors and press and friends and volunteers here celebrating together.
Because let's face it, we all have to share our experiences, our research and our resources. When we all have so little, we have to put them together. So I'm really excited. 8 years is not a long time to halve the carbon emissions of this borough and of this country. But I really believe this project will massively speed things up in Bromley, because we'll normalise the conversation. And also the research project will make a massive difference in terms of going well beyond Bromley.